Next point is op-amp. Op-amp stands for operational amplifier. Output of sensor is very weak. To increase the output of sensor, we use operational amplifier. This circuit increases the strength of the signal. Here you can see at the input of op-amp, we applied sine wave, and the output of op-amp is the amplified sine wave. Similarly, if we applied square wave at the input of op-amp, it amplifies the signal and gives output in spikes. Amplify means increase the strength of the signal. So op-amp amplifies both AC and DC signal. The symbol of op-amp consists of a triangle. It has two inputs, plus and minus, two supplies, Vs plus and Vs minus, and output which is Vout. So it has two inputs which named as non-inverting input which is positive and inverting input which is negative. It gives the output voltage equal to non-inverting input voltage minus inverting input voltage. So it gives the difference of the input voltage. So next point is block diagram of op-amp. Inside op-amp there are various circuitry is present. You can see here. Basically there are four type of circuit is present inside the op-amp. Here the four type of circuit is shown in the block diagram. First circuit is input stage, then intermediate stage, then level shifter stage, and then output stage. So we are going to see each of the block in details. First one is input stage. Input stage is nothing but differential amplifier which accept two inputs at the base of the transistors and gives the difference of the two inputs and then amplify the outputs. So differential amplifier accept the two inputs which is inverting and non-inverting, calculate the difference between the two input voltage and amplify the signal. If two input voltage is same, then differential amplifier cancel the common signal. Next stage is intermediate stage. Intermediate stage is also an amplifier which amplifies the signal coming from first differential amplifier. It is called as intermediate stage. Third stage is level shifting stage. After the amplifications, the level of the signal is shifted from 0. Then level shifter shift the level of the signal to the 0. Here you can see if our input signal is from 0 to negative, then positive, then after the level shifter the level is shifted and at the output the signal always in the positive. So level shifter shift the level of the signal to 0. Next is output stage. Output stage is complementary push-pull amplifier. Complementary means one transistor is NPN and another one is PNP. So when the input signal is accepted by this circuit, then during the positive voltage, upper transistors turn on and provide the current to the output. When the input voltage is in negative, then the lower transistor will turn on and provide the current to the next circuit. So complementary push-pull amplifier increases the output voltage and also increases the current capability of op-amp. Means it provides continuous current to the next circuit. Next point is characteristics of op-amp. First one is input impedance. Impedance is nothing but resistance, but in case of AC circuit, we not say resistance, we say it as a impedance. There are two types of. First one is differential input impedance. The resistance between the two terminal of op-amp is called as differential input impedance, whereas the resistance or the impedance from terminal to ground is called as common mode input impedance. So negative terminal impedance is this one and positive terminal impedance this one. Common mode impedance is the impedance seen from input terminal to ground is called as common mode input impedance. So here we are going to see what is the importance of input impedance. If input impedance is high, means input resistance is high, then it accepts very low current from the input circuitry. So input circuitry is not in loading. If input impedance, that is input resistance, is low, then it accepts more current from the inputs. Therefore input circuitry is in loading because op-amp accept more current from the inputs. We want high input impedance, so op-amp doesn't disturb the original circuit by pulling current from it. Next characteristics is output impedance. Output impedance means the resistance at the output circuit of op-amp. See, if output impedance is low, current is transferred to output, and if the output impedance is high, voltage is dropped inside the op-amp. Because voltage drop across the component of high impedance, to drop the voltage across the output load, the load must have high impedance and op-amp has low output impedance. Because we want to give maximum voltage to the output, so output impedance of op-amp to be 0. Next is input bias current. Input bias current is the average value of current that flows through inverting and non-inverting terminal of op-amp, which is given by the formula IB equal to IB1 plus IB2 divided by 2. IB1 is the current flow through inverting terminal and IB2 is the current flow through non-inverting terminal. Next characteristics is input offset current. It is the algebraic difference between the current through two inputs terminal of op-amp, which is input offset current equal to IB1 minus IB2. We are calculated this because we want to find out how many current flows through the input, because sometimes output is 0 but still some current flows through the inputs. That current is called as input offset current. This is find out by using IB1 minus IB2. Next is input offset voltage. Generally output of op-amp should be 0 for 0 input, but practically it is not always 0. So we applied small amount of input voltage to make the output 0. That voltage is called as input offset voltage. See, for example, in analog meters, if we turn on the meter, then initially it should be at 0, but when we turn on the meter, it is move from 0 to the next place. So we change the system and set it to the 0. Just like in op-amp, we provide some input voltage to set the output at 0. Next is differential mode gain. As we have seen, op-amp amplifies the input signal. But if we applied same input to the op-amp, at that time how much voltage we received at the output of op-amp is nothing but common mode gain. So gain means if we give 10 rupees to one person and he gives 20 rupees back to us, then 10 is our gain. Just like how many input voltage is applied at the input and how much voltage we received at the output, that is nothing but gain, which is calculated as common mode output voltage divided by common mode input voltage. Similarly, if the input to the op-amp is different, means here one input is 0 volt and another input is sinusoidal inputs, then at the output of op-amp the amplified output. Differential mode gain is the differential mode output voltage divided by differential mode input voltage. Common mode rejection ratio equal to differential mode gain divided by common mode gain. This ratio indicates the ability of op-amp to suppress the noise. If noise appearing at the input of op-amp, then due to the differential amplifier, noise should be cancelled. But in op-amp, the capacity of op-amp to reject noise is calculated by using CMRR. Consider a case when no noise, then if 0 input voltage applied, output is 0, and if different input voltage applied to the op-amp, that is 2 volt, 3 volt, then it gives 1 volt. So by using CMRR, it is 1 divided by 0 equal to infinity. Means the capacity of op-amp to reject noise is very high. If along with the input noise is mixed, then in case of common mode, if we applied 0 volt, the output is not 0. It gives some value because of the noise. And in differential mode, we applied 2 volt and 3 volt. If it gives 1 volt, then by using the CMRR, 1 divided by 1 equal to 1, which means the capacity of op-amp used in the circuit to reduce noise is 1%. Next is slew rate. Slew rate indicates how rapidly the output of op-amp changes with the change in the input. It is defined as maximum change in the output voltage per unit time, dV0 divided by dt. It is expressed in microsecond. Here you can see we have applied the input voltage, then op-amp gives the output. Then slew rate is nothing but calculation of how fastly the output will change. This is calculated by change in output voltage with the change in the time. Here you can see input voltage is blue line and output voltage is red line. Slew rate indicates how fastly the output will change. Frequency response of op-amp. If we applied frequency to the input of op-amp, then as the frequency increases, the output is decreases. But theoretically, output of op-amp should be constant for any type of input frequency, but practically gain is decreases as the frequency increases. Next is ideal op-amp characteristics. Ideally, input impedance is infinite, so it accepts less current from the input. Output impedance should be 0, so it gives maximum voltage to the output. Input bias current is 0, means to turn on the circuit inside the op-amp it takes 0 current. Input offset current is 0, which indicates when the output is 0, then current through the input terminal is also 0. Slew rate is infinite, means output changes very fastly with the change in time. CMRR is infinite, means the capacity of op-amp to reject noise is very high. Thank you.